on mornings when I'm getting my bear bag in the complete dark. I'm very thankful that I put that reflective tape on there. Morning. It's kind of a weird night at the shelter. Not a bad night. I got there late at 7, but it was like silent. There was a man who I believe was homeless, that was there, may have had some mental impairments, may have been drunk, may have been on drugs. He was fine. He was not acting, aggressive or belligerent or anything like that. It's hard because in normal life, I'm not the type of person that would get my red flags up over someone being homeless or drunk or on drugs or anything like that. So it's hard because I do not like a judgmental spirit. However, being in this situation, being a vulnerable single female, I unfortunately do have to look at those situations just a little bit differently than I would in normal life for my safety, and it is what it is. I will still treat people with respect, but anyway, I kind of feel like maybe that was the vibe. Everyone kind of was just like, go to bed. So, or the real truth is probably that everyone had the same experience that I did with that nasty, I don't know if it was like 2 or 3 miles that was up from that construction area. If you watched my video yesterday, up to the shelter, that was nasty. So probably everyone was just totally depleted and went to bed, which is fine because I love staying up to socialize for a little bit at camp, but I needed sleep and I got it. I slept so good. So actually I'm getting on the trail at a decent hour. The goal today is to get to Fontana. Not quite sure what I'm looking at here. It's cool, just stone, I guess, but the, oh, hold on. Mud, hold on. That's really cool. First real view of the day. This side coming up, it was real pretty, so I was looking forward to it, but it's overgrown. Maybe I'll get a better view as I keep going. It's really kind of overgrown right here, even on the trail. Peekaboo! This whole area was all, like, look at it. It's really overgrown, but then there's a little view. When the descents have a lot of loose, dry leaves like that, it can really be kind of treacherous because you're coming down kind of hard, and then that can make your foot slip. That happens to me a lot. Trekking poles really save me. I just saw a deer. Probably won't be able to see it again, but I'm going to keep the camera on just in case. I think sometimes people envision me walking on this nice little trail that's all groomed and flat, and Sometimes it's like that. A lot of times it's like this. And sometimes that's the trail. I decided to go ahead and eat lunch since I already had my backpack off, even though it's a little early, but nice ambiance. Peanut butter rice cakes, dehydrated peppers, and dehydrated pineapple. It is super hot today. It's in the low 80s. Every once in a while, God sends a little breeze. Thank you. Anyways, I have a tough mile climb, and then I think, although I seem to always be wrong about this, but I think that after that tough mile climb, that it's just downhill from there. But it does look like really steep downhill. Like, it might not be like my favorite downhill. It might actually be kind of tricky, but I still would prefer tough downhill to uphill, especially in the heat. The tough climb is 2 miles, not 1. Giggles. But there's little moments of respite like this. I'm sure I didn't show that. I'm hot and tired. I'll make it. Look what we get to go through. Oh. We made it through that, which I'm talking to my videos. We made it through that, which might look easier than it was. That sucked. And now we still have this ahead of us and that below us. We made it. It was really hard.
Yeah, I'm glad we worked together.
I am so glad Heather got here. The second she did. Wait, not Heather.
Slacker.
No.
Princess
Slacker. Heather's been slack packing a lot, which I think is genius. I told her I thought she just got her trail name of Slacker, but I thought it should be Smart Slacker, not Princess Slacker. And I look at my schedule for the next couple weeks, and I think I'm overdue for slack packing. It's supposed to be super hot tomorrow and a bad climb, so whew, I signed up for this. What a pretty view of the lake. It's crazy. I was looking down at that from like way far away and way up high yesterday. I've been so distracted by the lake views that I'm neglecting. We still have mountain views over here. It's cute. I'm a little low on water, but I'm trucking on to town. I can buy some cold water there. Getting close. Well, it feels like I'm really close, but which I am, but not as close as it looks like. I still have 2 miles to get to the marina, which is where I believe the shuttle comes to pick up so that I can get into Fontana Village and get my package. And then it's another mile something to the shelter. So in all, I have a few miles left today, but a couple miles to the shuttle pickup. Well, there's the Fontana Dam and the Smokies in the back, of course. And if I don't make my 4 o'clock shuttle in time, it's because I have to keep stopping because the view keeps changing. Oh, the last 2 miles have felt like a trick, like a optical illusion or something. Just back and forth and up and down. Oh, okay. But the trick is over. I guess I'm entering the marina. I don't know. More steps. The bathroom is back there. But I guess, I don't know. That was a mean trick. I got to that parking lot. There was the bathroom. I thought that was the marina. And then I had to do another uphill. I'm not even there yet. Not nice. The reason it didn't make sense is because it didn't. I knew I had walked too far. I don't know how I missed the marina. I don't know how I was supposed to get to the marina. Was the marina part of the trail? Was I supposed to go off the trail? I will never get lost in the woods, but anytime we get into a clearing and there's things, a town. So now I'm 0.3 away from the marina. And this has been a hard climb. So I can't make the shuttle anyway. I'm tanked. I'm just gonna keep going to the shelter and pay for a shuttle. Frustrated. When I was in that little parking area, I thought that that's where the marina should be. And I looked and it was just saying like customer back parking or something for the marina. And I pulled out far out and I even went to the GPS thing because I was confused. And it said marina 0.1 ahead. It did not say off trail. It said 0.1 ahead. And I even pulled up like the map thing and it was taking me to the trail, which is where I went, or which is where I've been. But apparently the marina was off trail, like by where those bathrooms were, which is where I wanted to go anyway. So now I have almost a mile to the shelter and I'm tanked. I don't know. This might be the first time that I've actually felt like discouraged. So, like to the point where I feel like, and maybe I should anyway, maybe take a 0 tomorrow. I don't know. Okay, if I'm going to stay positive, I will say this. I did not expect for the hike from the marina or that parking area or whatever to the shelter to be this hard. So in a way, I guess I'm glad I'm getting it out of the way now rather than like going into town and thinking that I just have like this little flat road walk to the lodge or to the, what's it called, shelter. So from here on out, this part's done. And if I get a shuttle or whatever, I'm done with this. Or I will be when I get there. Oh, this view might lure me out of my bad mood. Definitely not in a bad mood anymore. They're not kidding when they call this place the Hilton. Here's the shelter. Doo, doo, doo. our view. Fancy water. Fancy charging station. Fancy trash. Picnic tables. We can even put our food in there so we don't have to do a bear bag. Hang. And I'm fixing to go check out the restrooms and shower. And the fancy bathrooms. This is literally crazy. Actual toilets. What in the world? Hi. Wowzers.